starts with an upstroke on the 4th beat, and then we're going to play. So it's going to be, then we're going to play the harmonics on strings 5 and 4, slide up 2nd to 4th fret on the 2nd string, and then we have, so it's a quick little grace note pulling off. Then we're going to play the 5th fret on the bass note, hammering on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string, bass note, open 2nd string, open 6th, and then slide up. And then we have, so just a quick tap, bass note, and then grace note like we had. Then we're going to repeat that, sliding up to the 9th fret. Just going to arpeggiate the last chord with the 5th fret placed on strings 6 and 3, and then sliding up the 3rd fret to the 4th. So there is the intro. Now we're at bar 18, section B. '19. 20. So we're hammering on. And then when we tap, we're switching the position to play. And then on this part, we're just going to strum our thumb onto the 5th string and then pull off. Then we play a bass note. And then we slide up to the 9th fret again. For this part on 25, we have one, two, three, tap. So from 18. Playing the open 5th and 4th strings, and the 7th fret on the 3rd string, bending a semitone, low string, and then bar 30. So let's go back to 18 and play through up to bar 34. to the next page. At section C, bar 34, this is kind of the chorus, and we're gonna strum into this chord here. 3rd fret on string 3, 4th fret on the low 6th. And as we do, if you look below the guitar tablature, we have a kick. So we're gonna make that with the heel of our right hand, just hitting above the sound hole. So we're gonna strum up and then do that backbeat. Then we're gonna pull off the index, hammer on, play the bass note. And then, so a quick little 16th, followed by the open 4th string. And then we're gonna strum. I'm gonna aim for the 4th string, and we're just tapping with the thumb, and then strumming with our index. Or, and then we're gonna move up to the 5th fret, strings 3 and 6, and strum upwards. And as we get to the top string, the lowest string, we're gonna do the backbeat. Pull off, hammer on, bass note, and then just like before. So from 34. And then we also have a tap when we hammer on the 2nd fret. So you can kind of flick with your index. And then as you pull off, and then we go back to that upstroke with the backbeat. Then the open 3rd string, hammering onto the 3rd fret. And then that 16th note pull off. And then same as before, same as 35. Now this time we're gonna do that same chord, but now with the 2 open strings on the 1st and 2nd. And then we're gonna strum up and do the backbeat, landing into the next bar. Pull off with the 3rd finger and then hammer on. And then 41 is going to be identical to 37, but we have an octave above on the 1st string as well. So it's going to go, and then we're going to strum down. And you want to kind of mute the 2 middle strings if you can with your index. So you're going to play these 2, and you just want your index to come down and lightly touch those strings, so they're muting those 2. So you can strum. So strum, slide up, strum, pull off. So 34 to there sounds like this. Then we get to 42 and we repeat. Like the first time. And then when we get to the 3rd beat of 45, we're going to play the 2 open strings, hammer on, slide, and then play the 2nd note on the 1st string. Then we're going to play the open 5th with a backbeat, 2nd finger to the 4th string, 2nd fret, 3rd finger to the 3rd string, 3rd fret, and then 2 upstrokes. And then the next one, we're going to do that kind of thumb tap and strum. And then a quick down up. And then we're going to play, so 4th string open, 2nd fret, 4th fret. Then a quick little pull off. Then on the downbeat of 49, we're going to do that strum, and then we're going to strum up while taking the index off, and then a hammer on, and then play it again, and then strum down, and then you're going to pull off. Just down and up. So from 48. And there's the chorus. So let's go up and rehearse from the top of the page, bar 34. Scroll down to 42. Then we're going to move to the next page, back to the A section, only this time with percussion. So for the percussion part, we're going to hit the heel of our hand above the sound hole, then our 3rd finger, our ring finger, beneath the sound hole, then our middle, then our index, followed by another kick drum sound, and then a tap on the bottom. So try that. So now we're going to combine that with the notes on the guitar. So the first one is going to be, we're going to play the bass note while we do the kick. So if you haven't done this before, you might want to take a bit of time to do that. It took me forever to get this, even though it seems super simple. Just the backbeat with the bass note, 2 harmonics, tap. And it's here that when we hammer on our pinky, we're going to also do the bass drum with the right hand. And then we have, so it goes. And then down to the 3rd fret, then a backbeat here. So we're playing the bass note with the 2nd string open and the kick drum. Then a pull off. Open, and then just like before, then here we have the bass note with kind of that drum fill again. So let's try those 2 bars. So it'll be just shortly after, but you want to kind of aim like that. Then again here, the drum beat. Now this time we have the snare land at the same time as a hammer on with the left hand. So we have, and you can either slide up to the 7th fret or just play. We have the open 1st string. And you can either play that with your right hand or your left. either way. Then we have the backbeat with the 5th fret on the low string. And then just like before, with 2 snares at the end of 57. So let's go from 50. And I should mention too that if you do find this idea too difficult of playing the bass note and the backbeat, what I'll do sometimes is just hammer on that note and do the backbeat. Sometimes it's easier, so sometimes you'll see me do that if I'm not following the score 100%. I'm either doing that or this, and you can feel free to do whichever one. Now we have the B section, so it's the same verse as before, only now with the percussion behind it. So now we're going to have the backbeat or so it's right when we do the second backbeat, right there is where we have this hammer on. And then the tap. And then bar 60, we have just like the first part that we did. And then when we slide, or you can either slide up or just hammer on. Once you land there, you're going to do that drum part. And then when you land with the snare, this time instead of that, we're going to strum just like we did before. So from 58, and then to 62, we're going to slide up like we did, backbeat with the slide. 63. And then just like before, on the same note where we have the second backbeat, we have another hammer on. And then these two notes. So you probably want to use your pinky for that. And then 64 is going to go. So hammer on with the backbeat, down, up, tap, up, first string. And then we have another hammer on, same note. And then when you do the second snare, you're also going to hammer on and slide back up to the 9th fret. So next page, 66. Backbeat. And here, you can either play your thumb or a finger, but as soon as you land, you have the drum fill, and then following that, you're going to play the first string, then play your thumb on the bottom, pinky on the 5th fret of the top string. So you're going to play the 6th and 1st string while you do the backbeat. Pull off, and then a quick grace note. So, and then the 2nd fret, you're going to play it and then pull off a grace note, pull off to open, and then you're going to hit the bass note and start that fill. So from 66, And then when you do the snare, instead you're going to do the strum. You want to kind of tap on the lowest string so that you can hit the 5th open, 4th open, and the 3rd to bend just the semitone. And then as you bend back down, you're going to play the low string to be a pickup note into 70. 7th fret. And then you're going to play, after the snare sound, you're going to play the bass note, and then the 7th fret on strings 3 and 4, and then bass in the 5th fret, play, tap, and then the 12th fret on strings 1 and 2 as a harmonic, and then land on the 5th again. So just to go over the last 2 parts there, let's go from 66. All right, so now let's go back to the beginning of the B section with percussion starting at 58 and play through everything we've just learned. Slide to the next page. Let me just scroll down. And that brings us to bar 74 at section C. So this is identical to what we played before in the last chorus. So let's just go through that. Page. Now for this part, we're going to do the same kind of rhythm. Now we're doing the harmony of that. So we're going to go to the 9th fret of string 2 and the 8th fret of string 3. And we're going to hammer on our 3rd and 4th fingers at the 10th fret. It's going to go kind of like that. So we're going to have first a tap, then an upstroke to the 10th fret, then up, down, up, down, up. So it goes. So you have a tap on beats 1 and 3. once we get there, that brings us to the solo section. But if you're going to play it as a solo arrangement, then we're just going to play the low string. You want to really kind of emphasize that with the backbeat. 2 harmonics, strings 4 and 3. And then the 11th fret on the low string, 2 harmonics on strings 5 and 4, and then the 10th fret of string 3. So we have, and then you're going to tap just below the sound hole. So we have kind of the backbeat on the downbeat, and then the next bar we have a snare. So it's kind of alternating between those two. So we're going to play. And then the 9th fret with the backbeat. And then we're going to play. So you're playing the low 6th string at the 7th fret, ghost note, and then the 7th fret on string 3. Then everything down 2 frets. Now you're going to play all the strings into the backbeat. And then down to the 3rd fret, 3rd string. So following that backbeat, we just have up, down, and then so 4th fret, 4th string, pull off, and hammer on the 2nd fret. Then a backbeat with the 5th string open. So we're going to do that snare sound now with strumming into 97. So we have 2 snares on 97. The first one's going to be snare as we strum, and then up, hammer on, play the note, then snare again as we strum, pull off, strum, and then strum the last 3 strings open. So 97 goes. So let's play from 90 up to there. Next page, we're going to start the same. And then we have kind of a broken chord there at 99. Then to the 10th fret, and again, this can either be played with your thumb simultaneously with the backbeat or by itself. And then we're going to play a quick little grace note with the pinky and the 3rd finger. So we have, and then 9th to the 8th fret on the 3rd string. And then we have, so we're going to have a tap with the low string. From 98. And then I'm going to go to the 8th fret and then do the backbeat while we strum all the strings. pull off, 7th to 6th fret, tap, so it goes. So following the tap, it's just up, up, down, up, and then we go to 104. So for this one on the recording, I did a strum before the beat and then did the backbeat down here, but it's kind of weird to do that. It sounded cool for the recording, but maybe it's easier just to do the downbeat with the strum, keep it simple at 104. So you decide, either way works. And then we have, so we're gonna go, to the 6th fret of string 3, and then slide up to the 8th fret and do another upstroke. Then we're going to do a hammer-on the low 3 strings with the backbeat. Down, up, down, up. And then we get to 106, so we're kind of moving this chord down. Get to the 4th fret, so now it's just going to be the backbeat with the strum. So just kind of a muted ghost note up strum into this chord. And then the snare. So that's 107. And then 108, we have the strum with the backbeat again. Now on the 2nd fret of strings 6 and 4, and the 1st of the 3rd string. And then 108, strum. And for this one, 108. When we get to bar 109, we have a little note here with a star and a 5. And what we're going to do for that is we're kind of strumming the strings, and then your index is hitting the inside of the sound hole to get the snare drum sound. So it's going to go with this chord. You're going to have kind of a strum all the way, and then hit the snare here. So 108 is going to go. So you want to be careful. It can kind of hurt if you do it too hard. It's okay if you just hit it light. And then we have at the end. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to play the backbeat with the 5th string, and then we're going to play those two and hammer onto the 3rd fret. And then when we get to 111, we're going to have the same thing again, so we're going to strum down and hit this at the end. And then 1, 2, and another strum down, and slowly it goes like that. Pull off, open, hammer on, pull off. And then we have, so we're going to hit the 2 low strings, and then you can either kind of strum. It's kind of hard to play both with your thumb on that one, so you can strum. And then up, tap, and then, so from 112 now, we're gonna flick and kick, kick and flick, and then we're gonna play an upstroke while we place our finger on the 2nd fret. as we strum down, go to the 4th fret, snare, up, down, up, down. .114, you're just gonna do the backbeat with a low note. Up, up, strings 3 and 4, and then strum down, sliding, so it's and then the snare, 2 upstrokes, and then move to the 5th fret of the 5th string, slide up as we strum. And then the next page is gonna have our last note where we go. So you can either strum that ahead of the downbeat or right on it. So if you were to do it the other way, you'd want to hit the downbeat by the time you slide up. Or to keep it simple. So again, you choose whichever way you like. And now we're at section E, so let's go back and start from the D section and work our way up to there. Page. So going into 102. Six. Or all right, so that's kind of the first part of the song, and then we have this second part that comes in section E at bar 116. So we're gonna have these harmonics played going into 117, 4th string 7th fret, 3rd string 7th fret, 12th fret 2nd string, and then the 1st string 12th fret to follow that, and then the first 3 to repeat. So we're kind of catching up on the loop, but if you want to start it from the very beginning, you go to 118 and it's going to go. So it's really this part repeated once. So 1, 2, 3, and then play this note, and then one more time. So you can see 117 is identical to 119, but 116 is just kind of coming in from the decay of the downbeat. And then we start on the downbeat here. And then you're going to repeat that a few times. Then at 120, we're gonna play. So the chord is the 9th fret 2nd string, 8th fret 3rd string, and we're gonna play up, down, up, down. And then we have this kind of I-M-A roll up. So it's kind of going. So really slowly, 1. So you could either go play strings 3, 2, 1, and then strum. Or you're kind of going index, middle, ring, and strumming up. So I like to do that one, but it's a little more precise if you play. So either way is fine. You can choose whichever one. The first one's a little bit sloppier as it's slower, but as you speed it up, so you can hear it. Yeah, it's hard to get slow, but as I speed it up, I'm able to do it. Just by going index, middle, ring, sweep, and then a downstroke. Or you can just play. So choose whichever one works for you. And we're going to play from 120. So we're just moving from this chord to this chord. Then we're going to move down to the 3rd and 4th fret of strings 2 and 3. So we go. Pulling up. And that's really it. The 4 bars kind of repeating for now. Skip the downbeat on 125 and then play just after. Skip the downbeat and then down to the 7th fret. So here's 120 to 127. Is where we're going to add a bass note. So you can either hammer it on or just play it with your thumb. Then we're going to move to the 8th fret 3rd string with our pinky. Skip the downbeat, back a semitone. 130, skip the downbeat, and then down 2 frets. And then skip the downbeat on 130. Move to the 3rd fret. So it goes. And then 132 up to the 9th fret. 9th to 12th, so we're just going 5th and 8th, 9th to 12th. 10th fret to the 8th fret to the 7th, and then we're just going the 8th fret or sliding up, and then to the 10th fret. Then we flip the page when we do to the 7th fret now, so we went 5th and 8th, 9th and 12th, now 7th and 10th. At 136 now we have, and then a strum, 1, 2, 3, strum. So it's kind of strum, strum. So from 136. And then we have our pinky that comes down to the 10th fret of string 2, just after that. Then to the 9th fret. And then the open first string. So it goes. Fret, and we're hammering on the 3rd string to the 5th fret from open. And same thing here, strum, arpeggio, strum. To 140, we have so bass note, up, down, arpeggio, and then 142. Tap. So at 138 we have, and then strum, arpeggio, strum, pull off at the end, pull off to the open, and then play the 3rd, play the open 5th, strum up and slide up to the 10th fret. So now at 140 we have for the last two. And now 142, we're going to play the bass note, then the chord with an upstroke. Skip the downbeat, move up 2 frets. Skip the downbeat, move up 1 fret. There we have a tap, so we're just on fret 5 of strings 6 and 4, and we're strumming and sliding, and then pull off and then strum. So now we want to do that with the backbeat, so we're going to go. So now before we go to bar 146 at the F, let's go back and review that whole part from the E section. Now 120. Scroll down to 128. To 132. 140. To 142. And now we've made it to 146, where we have this theme come in. And now we have the percussion also pick up again. So we're going to play this chord here on the 3rd and 4th fret, strings 2 and 3. And then to the 2nd fret. So we're moving this chord down 2 frets. And then we're going to move this chord up 2. So we're going. So from 146. So we're going to play that little octave theme moving into 146. And then go to this chord. And we're going to play. And then a backbeat. So we have. And then a backbeat again. Just playing the open strings. So, and then we're gonna strum, hammer on to this chord, and then another strum, backbeat, up, down, up, and then when we strum down again, we're gonna slide down, pull off. So that's 149 there. So very slowly. Down to 152. And then this time 153. We skip that backbeat and we're going to play. With the backbeat there. Then we move to the 4th fret of the high string with the 3rd fret here. So we're gonna go. And then, so we're gonna be kick drum, up. So that snare is faint as it's here. It's not like it was before, but it's still gonna be in the rhythm. Page. Now at 156 we have a kick drum, up, down, up, strum, and the snare sound with the thumb while we pull off. Like that. And a kick drum. Snare drum sound as we strum, tap, and slide up. So we have. Then 158, we're gonna play. So we're playing the low 3 strings with the backbeat, sliding up. 12th fret from the 3rd fret. And then snare as we strum. And then backbeat down 2 frets. And So it's kind of backbeat, up, backbeat and strum, up, and then strum with the snare sound. So 160 now is going to go. And then up to the 8th and 9th fret. Back to the 7th fret. To 166. Now to the 10th and 11th fret. Back 2 frets. Backbeat with the strum. And then snare. Then 169, we're just moving up to this shape. Then we're pushing the downbeat with the backbeat. So it goes from 168. And then we move up to the 15th and 16th fret, strings 3 and 1. And then we have so we're just moving from this shape to the 11th fret. So 16th, 14th, 11th, all while we play this. So we're just making our way up to the 12th fret, and then the last one is a harmonic with a kick drum sound. Then on the recording, I'm doing a backbeat at the end of 173, but it's kind of tricky to get as you're strumming up. So if you can do it, great. If not, then you can play it, and then you can do the downbeat on 174 instead. So the first option right there. Or the other option, which is much easier. And then continuing from 174, we switch positions up here. $174. So same thing as before from 174. Down to the next page. Now at 176, we're going to have and then on this chord, if you can hit a downbeat with it, great. If not, it's kind of tricky, so you can also play and then play it when you land on the 5th fret. Now at 178, we're just going to move our pinky to the 7th fret of the high string after the harmonic, hammer on and backbeat, and then the snare sound with the strum. When we strum up, we're going to play that note. And then we have place our middle finger on the 2nd fret of the 5th string and do a downbeat with that. Put our our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of string 3 and our pinky on the 4th fret of the 1st string. So from 182. And then the last chord of that bar, we're going to strum up 2, open, 3, 2, and then into that. And then we have, so now into 186, we have into 187. 187, we have a kick and a strum. Then on our next upstroke, we're going to place our pinky on the 5th fret of the 1st string. And then kick and strum. And then snare to the 4th fret. And then open. So we go. We have either that, playing the bass note, or hammering it on. So that was 189, and then 190. We have this chord here again, so it's going to be kick and strum, snare and strum, into 191, and we have kick, up, kick and strum, up, snare and strum, and then as we strum up, we move back 1 string. So we have, and then next page, now we have at 192. So it's going to be or. Rest, and then again we have. Then we're going to push that ahead of the downbeat and then come back in with the strumming, just like when we came into this section. Then we repeat that. And then we have this other harmonic loop that we can put on top if you're using a loop pedal. If not, you can also just play it and it sounds nice. It's going to be the 7th fret 3rd string, 5th fret 4th string, 7th fret on the 1st. And we're just going to go. And then the original song fades out, but you can also play these into a fade out if you wish. (124). 155. Then scroll down to 154. Next page. $158. And then we have again at 161, going into 162. Now the pickup note to 160. And then repeat. And then we'll land here at 178. Into this note at 182. And then 186. Into 188. To 190. Next page. $195. If you want, you can try the last harmonic loop. Wow, good job, you guys. That was a lot of work getting through that. Holy smokes, give yourself a pat on the back. And let's go back to the very beginning and play all the way through from the top. page. Into the chorus at bar 74. Next page. To section D, bar 90. Next page. Six. Scroll down to 128. Page. To 154. On to 162. Then on to the repeat. And then we go on to 178. Just going to scroll down. To the next page. too. All right, and that concludes our lesson for Rainy Day. Great job, you guys. This has been a tremendous amount of work. It's just such a fun song to play. I know there's a lot of little tricky parts in there and some crazy stretches, but once you get through that, I hope you find you just have a great time playing it. I want to thank you for purchasing this tutorial and taking the time to learn this. I hope you found this video to be helpful, and I wish you all the best. Thank you, and take care until next time.